Hi peeps, it's Tersse back in the old squat box once again, and I'm taking a twist on capitalism here at the moment. So capitalism, my view of the capitalism we have today is it's a runaway capitalism, you know. It's like the capitalists seem to have forgotten that production depends on the workers. If you don't have a decent workforce, then your production can't really be kept up to scratch, you know. Also, in order for your workers to produce well, you need to occasionally modernise your industry, and that might mean buying new machinery, or at least servicing the machinery you have so that it can keep the output going that you need in order to bring your product to the marketplace. Also means that you need to spend some money on marketing in order to let people know that that product is there on the market for them to purchase, you know. What you find in a lot of industries is you get management who come in and they refuse to give workers a decent raise even after they've increased productivity by 100% over a period of 4 or 5 years. They still refuse to give the workers who have done that, increased that productivity, a fair share of the result of the productivity, you know, the cash reward at the end of it. But they are willing, the CEOs, you know, the people at the top, they're willing to give themselves a huge, gigantic bonus for, oh, we've increased the market share of our products, and therefore we deserve a huge bonus. But the people who actually produce the product to a qualitative standard, that people don't bring anything back, or very few people bring the product back because of quality control issues. Well, they don't deserve to get a rise. In fact, they deserve to have their wages cut. They deserve to be told they've got to give up this, they've got to give up that, they've got to return something back to the company because the company is what makes them their wages. Well, the company is what makes the CEOs their wages as well. It's a bit like a drug dealer. You know, there's that old saying, don't get high on your own supply, you know what I mean? But the capitalists, the top end capitalists, they're all getting high on their own supply. They're getting high on money, you know what I mean? They're getting high on their bonuses, they're getting high on their increased sort of wage. But they don't see that they should actually trickle down that benefit, that profit to the people who are actually doing the work, producing the goods. If you produce the goods, and this is another old saying, if you produce the goods, you deserve to get rewarded. You work hard, you deserve to be rewarded for that hard work, you know. But what we're getting from capitalist society now is, no, the only people who deserve to get rewarded are the CEOs at the top and the people who invested in the company. Now, the investors, yes, they certainly deserve a return on their investment. But the people who are actually increasing the profitability of your company, increasing the market share, you know what I mean? Increasing the productivity, the workers, the people actually producing your goods that then are brought to the marketplace to be sold to people, they deserve to get a share of the profits as well. We seem to have forgot that over the last 30 years. It seems to be that we just want to have scab labour, basically, the cheapest labour possible, and yet hope that we can force them to keep the quality control, you know what I mean? But who the fuck's going to work for fucking 2 cents an hour, you know, and work really hard at making sure that product is going to hit the shelves in a qualitative sense, a qualitative measure that people will love the quality of it, you know? That's not going to happen. They're just going to be there and stick anything in any bag and produce 500,000 because that's a month, because that's their fucking the target to hit. They don't care how, as long as they can put in, there's my fucking 1,000 an hour, you know. They don't give a shit. They just want to produce the 1,000 so they get, well, okay, you produced your sort of quota, you know. When you get people just producing stuff to hit a quota mark and the quality doesn't matter, you're not going to get a quality good at the end of it. You may produce more, you may sell more, but you'll get more people saying this is a shit product and they'll stop buying your product, which is what happened with Twinkies, you know. People love Twinkies because, it's what I ate as a kid. But that whole factory idea, if you're not producing a new jelly bean filled roll every now and then, you know, that nobody's produced, no, with some squirrely, chocolatey, you know, dashes on the top, or, you know. If you don't innovate, you know, you're going to be left behind by those coming into the market with new machinery who can produce more with less workers and quality controls up there. You know, you're going to lose to that. You know, that's what happens in manufacturing, especially in manufacturing of food. You can't live off of the old, you know, we were the best 10 years ago. You've got to be the best now. You may have the best workers, but if you treat your workers like shit, eventually they'll leave and go somewhere else, and you end up employing agency workers who are just there for the day or 2 days and then they're gone, you know, and they don't give a shit whether your company's quality control is up to they get there, they fucking work their 8 hours, they fuck off, you know what I mean? They don't care. They're getting paid whether you sell that shit or not. And this is the sort of capitalism we're moving into. The CEOs are getting high on their own supply, and they are just raking it in and saying, yeah, smell those greenbacks, man, oh, I love it, I love it, I love it, give me another fucking 27% rise this year, because I just think 27% more smelly green stuff is better than fucking, you know, me caring about whether my workers are happy, you know. But happy workers, they actually are the people who are going to make your company sustainable into the future. So yeah, capitalism, runaway capitalism. This idea that the people at the top can, you know, say, well, I want this amount of raise this year, and I don't care if the company makes money or not. If you don't pay me that, I'll leave and go somewhere else. And it's like there's this mindset of people that, oh my God, we can't lose the managers. As far as I'm concerned, I would fucking sack all the managers in the company that didn't make money. You know what I mean? If that company fails to make money that year, it's not the workers' fault, because the workers doing the job they always did. The failure is in management. So why should the management get bonuses and you know, you start demanding that the workers take a pay cut? No. Give the workers a rise, sack your management, employ new management, some people with some bright ideas, new and innovative ideas to bring in to, you know, improve the quality, improve the manufacturing processes, you know what I mean? Improve the choice of who you're going to have as a worker, rather than just hiring agency work. Oh, 10 people left this month because they couldn't put up with the fucking asshole who's in charge of them, so we have to employ 10 agency workers, paying them twice as much as the normal fucking worker in the factory, and they're only there 8 days, and then they don't want to come back either because they can't put up with the fucking assholes who's in charge of them. Sack the fucking assholes who are in charge. Sack the middle management, sack the upper management, get rid of those motherfuckers, bring in some new people, you know what I mean? That's what improves a company. To improve a manufacturing company, if it's failing, there's two real things that really matter. That's any machinery that you're using to manufacture stuff. If you don't keep that up to date, keep it in repair so that things aren't breaking down all the time, yeah, that's going to impinge on your fucking productivity. And then your management. People who are thinking ahead 5 years of what the factory needs to have in 5 years' time, with new machinery, which new processes, new ideas to bring in, and you know, modernise your existing you know, product. That's what they're there for. They're the thinkers. They're the people who come up with the ideas. Now, if their ideas aren't filtering down, if they're not bringing you ideas, and they're just sitting there saying, "No, let's just milk the fucker for as much money as I can get," and hold you over a barrel by saying, "Well, if you don't pay me, I'll leave." As far as I'm concerned, leave. Leave. We will find fucking you people to take your fucking place. Just like when a worker leaves, you can replace a worker. When a manager gets kicked the fuck out because he's a fucking dickhead, you can find a new manager who comes in and thinks, you know, if I don't do my job, I'm going to get kicked out. They need to have that fucking over their heads as well. Management need to be put under the same pressure as workers. If you don't do your job, you're out on your fucking ass. And if we can prove that your mismanagement cost the company money, we will sue your fucking ass for the wages you get paid while you were here. So you better do a good fucking job, managers. So CEOs, if you got a bad CEO, why do they get fucking golden parachutes? I'd sue their fucking ass for the money they were paid while they were working for us if they fucked my company up. That's what needs to be done. You don't just fucking control your workers, you know what I mean? And look at their input to the company and whether they're clocking in and clocking out in time and whether they're keeping up to the quality controls that are necessary at their stations. You've got to do the same thing with managers. If they're not meeting their fucking, quality, measures, if they're not meeting their ideas, the ability to project into the next 5 or 10 years of the company, where it should move, where it should go to, what it should be doing with marketing, what it should be doing with modernising the factory floor. Well, if they're not doing that, sack their fucking asses and sue the motherfuckers for not doing their job, because that's part of their job. Part of their job is to look forward 10 years into the company's future and put forward suggestions on how we can modernise the company in order to be competitive in the next 10 years with other companies doing the same thing. And if they're not doing that, sack their fucking ass. And it should be written in their contract that you can be fucking sacked if you're not found to be fulfilling your contract. Not just sitting up there and saying, I'm a CEO, I want money, but I'm a CEO and this is my prerogative, I have to look after this part of the business, that part of the business, and I must be bringing forward new and innovative ideas. I must be bringing forward new plans for restructuring and modernising the plant that we possess. They are part of the higher management's fucking job, and if I'm not doing that, sack the fucking ass and sue the fuckers as well. Get golden parachutes? Fucking bullet in the head, motherfucker. Anyway, so how many people working for banks, large manufacturers, are getting high on their own supply? And the supply is money. They are supplied with a huge batch of money to spend on the company, and what are they doing with it? If they're just saying, well, I just want a big slice of that to take home and put in my paycheck, they're not doing a fucking good job. They shouldn't get bonuses unless the company actually is profitable for the future, as well as what happened in the time that they are manager. They should be projecting into the future. They should be thinking about the health of the company into the future after they leave and move somewhere else. Not just while they're there, but they should be projecting in the future how we can improve the company and make it a viable living organism in the economy. That's their job. That's what they're paid for. They're not just paid to live off the fucking backs of the fucking worker. But apparently that's what happens nowadays. Yeah. Anyway, mind you, bad motherfuckers.